What up, y'all? It's your boy again. Come back at y'all with another shorty. This gonna be the video about my 11th grade year at Milford Mill Now Academy. Our first 2 years, it was Milford Mill High School. By the time we got to 11th grade, it's Milford Mill Academy. And like I said in my 10th grade video, I got put out. So I got sent to Emerson, and then I ended up flunking. I failed literally half my classes. And because Emerson is a citywide school, if you flunk out, you gotta go to your zone school, unless your zone school is Emerson, which it was not. By that time, like I said, we had moved into the city. We was living around the corner of Gwen Oak and Rogers. But then we had moved that summer to Westmount Apartments out in the county, which is in Milford School District. So when Emerson put me out, because I flunked out, I didn't even go to school the last month and a half of the school year. I just stopped going to school, started hanging out. They sent me back to my zone school, which was Milford. So when I come back to Milford, our 11th grade year, of course I hadn't seen everybody since I got put out of Milford in February. But I didn't get situated into Emerson until March. So I was out for over a month. I hadn't seen everybody since February. So it was good to see everybody again. Maybe a month. It was a month into the school year. So we're talking about October. My appendix had bust. My appendix actually burst inside my stomach. I felt it, and when it happened, and it happened 2 days before I went to the hospital. It burst on a Sunday, and I didn't go to church that day. My father stayed home with me and watched me because I was real sick that weekend, and I could feel something pop inside my stomach. Didn't know what it was. I thought I could handle it. Back then I was in shape. Back then I was doing sports and stuff like that, so I was in shape back then. And I just naturally have a high tolerance for pain anyway. But I just kept throwing up. I was real sick, real weak, and something was wrong. So I didn't get taken to the doctor until that Tuesday. My appendix actually burst that Sunday, but I didn't know that's what it was. But I could feel something pop in my stomach. So Tuesday I went to it was like a clinic. It wasn't. I didn't get taken to the emergency room. They took me to a clinic, and they had me to do these different things to see if I was able to do it. And there were some physical activities they had me do that if it were my appendix, I wouldn't be able to do it. But I was able to do it. So they didn't even think it was my appendix. They thought I had an STD. They actually told me that. They thought I had an STD. And I had been sexually active by then. And so they had me tripping. So ultimately they ended up having me to go to Sinai Hospital, to the ER. And when I got to Sinai Hospital and they did their examinations on me, they determined that it was my appendix and that my appendix had already burst, which can kill you. You can die from the toxins that is inside of your appendix. Not only did my appendix already burst, but it had burst 2 days prior. So I've been having poison flowing through my system for 2 days. So they admitted me immediately. I was so weak. I got scheduled for surgery within 24 hours. I had surgery they didn't even remove the appendix. I had surgery to drain the pus out of my, all that pus and toxins, whatever it was in my system. They removed that It did not remove the appendix yet. And I was so weak. I had lost, by the time I came out the hospital, I had lost like 20 pounds. And I wasn't a big dude back then anyway. I was literally like half the size I am now. And I had lost another 20 pounds. I was about, probably, you seen my oldest son, Junior, his same, the figure that he had, I was exact same as him. My son is, he's all muscle. He just, like, no fat on him. That's how I was by the time I came out the hospital. All the fat gone. I couldn't eat, couldn't do anything. But they performed that surgery. They got the pus out, but I was in the hospital for 3 weeks after the surgery. And I couldn't leave until I had a bowel movement. And I wouldn't even eat solid foods until like the last week I was there. They had me on a catheter, and I was basically on a liquid diet because my stomach was so messed up from my appendix bursting. So about 3 weeks later, I was able to get out. Came back to school like that following week after that, something like that, 20 pounds lighter. And then I ended up going back to the hospital. This happened in October, so it was like in December, I had to go back to actually get my appendix removed. And that was fine. I mean, after that initial surgery, I was weak. Didn't have the energy I used to have. Like I said, 20 pounds lighter, but I could function. And when I went back and got the appendix removed, like, I was fine. Like, I went in there, it was like a Monday morning, and had the surgery. I was fine going there. They did the surgery. I had no side effects after the surgery. I had to stay there for an entire week so they could monitor me. I was on a regular diet the whole week. It was just like, for me, I mean, I was, outside of having the actual surgery, it was almost like just a week off of vacation. I had to sit in a hospital because the surgery was real quick. It had no complications whatsoever. And I came back to school maybe a week or two later, something like that. Might have been like a week later. I came home like that Friday or Saturday, and I might have went to school that Monday. Can't remember. But I remember while I was through this, our ring dance had came at Milford. I didn't go to the ring dance. I think I was actually in the hospital when that ring dance happened. So I never went to the ring dance. I never even got my Milford ring. But that was the biggest thing my 11th grade year. Just, a month into the school year, that happened. So, so that happened. Other thing, the junior prom, I did not go to the junior prom because our junior prom was in the cafeteria, and I was not going to pay money to go to a dance in the cafeteria that I eat in every day for free. I wasn't going to that junior prom. It wasn't happening. I was actually supposed to go up there. Actually, me and my homeboy Butchie, because at that time I was living at Westmount Apartments. He lived in Balmoral Tower, so he was like right across, just almost right across the walkway. Right, because those two complexes are right next to each other. And me and him were supposed to just go up there and hang out at the school. Neither one of us was going to the prom. We just gonna go up there and hang out outside. And we ended up not doing that. So I didn't go to none of that. I didn't go to nothing. I didn't go to homecoming dance. I think I was in the hospital or just getting ready to go to the hospital at homecoming. I might have been in the hospital at homecoming. And that ring dance. The ring dance was like maybe a month later. So I didn't go to none of them. I didn't go to homecoming. I didn't go to the ring dance. And I did not go to the prom. I didn't do nothing. Nothing special happened. Of course, I had a couple suspensions. When I came back from all these two surgeries, I came back lighter, weaker, but I was still a fool in my brain. Still doing dumb stuff. So but that was it. Um, can't think of nothing else special that happened our junior year. And actually, the funny part about it is, because I had got put out in 10th grade, when I came back 11th grade, I was a half a credit short of being classified as a junior. I only had, you have to have at least 10 credits a year, something like that, to promote to promote to the next grade. When I came in 11th grade, I only had 9.5 credits in our 11th grade year. So I still needed another half a credit to actually be a junior. So I actually wasn't officially a junior until the second half of the school year, because I had taken gym the first half of the school year, and I got a half a credit in gym. Once I got that half credit in gym, that's when they promoted me from 10th to 11th grade. So when we came to our junior year, I was actually classified still as a sophomore. I had classified as I had failed 10th grade. And once I got that half a credit in gym, then they put me in 11th grade. So other than that, that was it in my 11th grade year. That was the biggest thing of that school year. It was probably my appendix problem. So that was it. So that's it for 11th grade. So we got 12th grade to go. Like I said, I still got stuff on my brain, so I'm gonna do it like now. You hear this bird up here acting a fool. I don't know who he calling. But that's enough for this one. That's my 11th grade year at Milford. So I'll holler at y'all in 12th grade.